In 1836, Colonel William Light, as Surveyor-General of the then new colony of South Australia, was instructed to find a site for the capital town, already named Adelaide. The first of the 10 requirements for the new town was that it had to have a commodious harbour, safe and accessible all seasons of the year. Light anchored in the Port River and wrote in his journal, "One of the finest little harbours I ever saw is now fairly known. There is no safer harbour in the world for merchant ships." A 164 years later, in November 2001, following an extensive bidding process, the Flinders Ports Consortium won a 99-year lease of the South Australian ports of Thevenard, Port Lincoln, Giles, Klein Point, Port Pirie, Wallaroo and Port Adelaide. The other significant project was the acquisition of the Adelaide Container Terminal. And then we set up a stevedoring business called Flinders Logistics, which has since July of this year started operating in Townsville, so we're now a national organisation. Back in 2001, we employed 100 people. Now we have 740 employees, 40 in our head office, 100 in our shipping business, 250 in our container business, and about 50 in our logistics business. The marine controllers control the tug movements, they control the mooring people. They do that for 7 ports and 2,500 shipping movements a year. I think what we do is quite different to other ports around Australia. Most are a landlord port. They just provide the land and the berths, and others come in and operate on the wharves. We do both because we think it's important to have a full logistics chain connection with our customers. We've gone from 70,000 containers to 350,000 containers now. The farmers are harvesting larger crops across greater areas with better fertilisers. We've seen the emergence of mining. We've seen cruise ships go from 5 cruise ships a year to 50 cruise ships a year. We have plans in place to take our container volumes from a capacity now of 540,000 containers to 2.7 million containers. So that's very exciting for us, but also poses some challenges. We've got to have the infrastructure there to ensure that when our exporters are ready to export, we have the capacity to serve them.